The tragic case of 13-year-old Madeline Soto from Kissimmee, Florida, began on February 26, 2024, when she was reported missing after failing to arrive at school. A search ensued, and on March 1st, her body was discovered in a wooded area in Osceola County. The Orange County medical examiner later determined that Madeline had died from strangulation, ruling her death a homicide. Investigators swiftly turned their focus toward those closest to Madeline, particularly her mother's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns. Authorities quickly began scrutinizing Stearns, as he was reportedly the last person to see Maddie alive. While he initially cooperated with law enforcement, inconsistencies in his statements soon raised suspicion. Law enforcement officials found explicit child photos of Madeline in Stephen's and Madeline's phones. Stephen was charged for the murder and rape of Madeline Soto. Now he is facing the death penalty and his calls have dropped, and this Chomo's conversations are disturbing.
Best intro in the game. Ronnie Blue Eyes. DBS stuck in the system.
Yeah. And New Age motherfucking plug, baby.
And shout out to Zebby, shout out to AZ, shout out to Corrupt, shout out to everybody out there. Y'all already know. Shout out to all my brothers. We are the YouTube streets. We're doing this call, man. And I'm gonna be real with you. I know this is the Florida case. I remember some creators covering this, the Madeline Soto case, right?
Because like you said, this is a blind reaction.
This
We're
is
going
blind
into it.
all the way.
So we're going to be paying just as close attention as everybody else out there. So make sure you hit that like and strap in. We ride.
As usual, salute to phone calls for prison.
This is 3 hours long.
We can go do 3 hours right now. We'll see how long we can go.
YouTube streets. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Madeline. So sad.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from
Stephen Stearns.
All right, off the gate, this dude on the right looks like a freaking chomo. Where's the wood chipper?
Thanks.
Where is the wood chipper?
Osceola
Seriously.
County Corrections Department. To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for you.
Hold on, you see what he's wearing, right? They obviously got him in
The suicide watch or something, yeah.
PC'd up.
That's the evidence suit. That's they took all his clothes and they put him in that getup, so they can either contain the evidence within his clothes until they take it off, or they took his clothes and gave him that to wear.
Yep.
Using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey. I've been trying to call. We've had us on lockdown so often. Every time I've asked it, we've been on a code 5 lockdown.
Oh, you called it, Ronnie. Ronnie called it.
That's really
Suicide lockdown.
Yep.
Oof.
Or it's the same. He said code 5 lockdown.
been trying to call all weekend, too.
So you've been on lockdown all this time?
Off and on, yes. On the days that I've asked, we've happened to be on lockdown, which means either an incident has happened or they're just so understaffed that they have to lock everyone down. It's probably more to do with understaffing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tactic they use to keep everybody in their cells, and they don't have to do no work. They'll just keep you in your cell as much as they can.
How you been?
Well, had the World Series birthday present, so.
Yeah. And then you didn't call, so I'm assuming because of changes that they prevented
This is his
you from
dad,
calling?
right?
His parent, yeah, his father.
No, they were actually moving me around a lot, shuffling back and forth, so I was having to get my phone privileges jockeyed back and forth, which takes a little while. And then, like I said, the days that I was asking, we happened to be on lockdown on those days. So it's just been inconvenient.
Okay.
Very inconvenient timing, and then we were on lockdown all weekend. I wanted.
Hey, Plug, I need to know what's going on with this case, man.
So basically, his stepdaughter he murdered. He murdered his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Big son of a bitch, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, look at him, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
wow, yeah. We didn't know that was the victim until now. That's crazy.
Whoa.
To call on mom's birthday. We tried to call yesterday. I tried to call Saturday, and it was no go anytime. So, but I've been wanting to call. How have you been?
I try to put this on speaker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this on speaker. Okay.
How have you been? Can you hear me?
Good. Can you hear us?
Yes. Is mom there with you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's that?
Stephanie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is mom with you?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Stephanie,
You can hear me? Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Good.
Yeah, that's on speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a lot going on, man. Old people in this technology, man. It's just shit shot poor, bro.
Is mom there?
Yes, mom's with me now.
Okay. Happy birthday, belated birthday, mom, and happy belated Mother's Day.
Hi, sweetheart. I was so hoping to hear from you. I'm so glad I'm hearing from you now.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to call you all weekend.
Pay attention to this shit because there's gonna be a lot of repetitive parenting that fucking happened with Wade too. Watch, you'll see. I can see it already.
Oh yeah. I can hear it in the tone of the voice. The mom. Oh my God, honey, so glad to see you. You just killed a innocent child. I'm so glad to see you. What the hell?
Pacifying the motherfucking bullshit behavior, bro. Pops doesn't sound like he's got a fucking hard bone in his body, bro.
And they had us on lockdown, so no one was able to do anything.
Were you expecting these charges?
No.
What?
Murder charge.
Oh, well.
Oh, and they know. Why we think they pulling the parent card, bro? They're doing the parent shit. Watch, you'll see.
You know you didn't.
Okay, so you got blindsided.
This sounds like Whack 100 the Big U diamond. Was you expecting these charges? Well, how many other is there?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not true. I never would have wanted her gone for any reason, so.
Sounds like Casey Anthony to me.
The parents?
Premeditated first.
No, like a male version of Casey Anthony. Just talking about the victim. Just the way he's fucking so nonchalant.
Degree
Right,
is kind of a dick punch.
Yeah, kind of a dick punch. But what kind of lingo are you using, you fucking sicko?
Yeah, facts.
This is not the time to be using that kind of lingo, bro.
Yeah, no.
This is a dick punch. I got arrested for murdering my stepdaughter. Are you serious?
It's never the time. That's some white boy shit.
Super white boy shit.
Yeah.
No, I was wondering if you had any.
Even the pops agrees, bro.
And I agree because I've used that before and I'm white.
Whoa.
Nope, we haven't heard a thing. Just, speculation that she's been put in an institution and hiding in an institution.
At her lawyer's request.
Yeah.
I mean, are you helping? Are you?
Oh, they're setting out there, painting a fucking picture, aren't they?
Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. So the body hasn't been found yet at this time? I need a little bit of. Can you type this in on Google? This is 5/19. Can you see when Madeline Soto's body was found, please? RIP to that precious soul.
Hold on, brother. Let's get into that real quick.
Just speaking upon it without saying that, don't you got to put it in.
And this is what alleged around
what was this?
May 13, 2024, around that time.
Either way, Ronnie was outside. It could have been 2007. It could have been 2013. What a fact is a fact. Ronnie's
Stay
outside.
out
Yep.
May 13th. What year?
So 5/13/2024 is when this call is. So I want to know when she got found. Her
around 2:30.
remains.
Around 2:03. Excuse me.
Oh, hold on. Let's get into it, man. Wow.
We're blind going into this. Everybody be patient with us. Thank you for supporting YouTube Streets.
Yeah, and as always, rest in peace to the victims, condolences to the families, and wow, this scumbag, man. They did this to this poor
So
young
they
lady.
found her already. They already found her.
So it's always fucking Florida too, man. Holy shit, man. Man, me didn't tell you that, Plug. Florida is a wild place, bro.
So I grew up, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Growing up in Florida, it was just like my family was just like the old head junkies, bro. Was no gang shit, but they were doing weird shit, bro. People were disappearing, bodies were getting found. RIP to my teacher, Mr. Mullins. The
Yo, this
cartel
dude is
runs
a
the shit.
scumbag. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you
Oh, you
off.
reading the case a little
I'm
bit?
reading.
Or?
I'm reading. Hold on. It should be up there, bro. It should be. It should be.
Yeah, I can't see. Can you read it to us, DBS? I can't see it.
I'm going to. Hold on, brother.
I got glaucoma.
Madeline Soto was a 13-year-old child living with her mom, Jennifer Soto, and her mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns. Madeline was reported missing by her mother on February 26, 2024 at about 4 p.m. after her mother said she went to pick her up from school and she was a no-show. On February 28, 2024, an arrest warrant was issued for Stephen Stearns and charged of sexual battery and possession of child pornography. He was eventually charged with 60 crimes in connection with Madeline's case. The following month, Stephen Stearns was indicted by a grand jury for a murder of Madeline Soto. Date Monday, February 26, 2024.
So this dude
Crime
is a
homicide.
chomo.
All the way. You were on the fucking ball.
Scumbag. Yeah, facts. He looks like a
Holy
motherfucking
moly.
scumbag, man. Someone needs to get at him.
I should have did a Dave little doc before this so we could have got a little recap, but now you just painted the picture. Man, look at this precious soul, bro. How could he do this? Bro, this dude, and we're listening to
Fucking
his
sick,
calls.
sick
This is probably gonna
motherfucker.
be a one and done. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Right.
Yep.
Let's listen to this fuck boy. He needs to get
Yeah,
hey,
right,
where's the
right,
men
right.
at?
Nah.
Where's the good guys?
Right,
At?
well,
Hey,
who's doing what? What are we doing?
hey,
What are they
where's this?
doing on there? Clean that shit up.
So I'm trying to figure that out too, man, because I'm pretty sure people have heard about this case, and you know, for
You look scared to death right there, like you got an STD.
We just need a few good
Scared
men,
to
Ronnie.
death.
Few good
You know what I
men.
mean? All it takes is one solid one. Get it done.
yeah, man. Oh, all right. This is not where I wanted to be with this one.
This guy
Yeah.
needs like 20 diss songs. Hopefully he dies.
Oof.
Cooperating with police about her participation in any of this stuff?
There's been no opportunity for me to cooperate with anything. As I understand, the police keep saying that I'm uncooperative, but they haven't asked me anything to cooperate with, so.
Because they already fucking found child pornography in your shit. Nobody wants to converse with your bitch ass. You scumbag shit boy. Oh. Yeah,
Wow.
let him ride, bro.
So he wants to be mainline. You hear this, Ronnie? This dude wants to be mainline. Put him
Yeah.
mainline.
Let
Put
him
him
go.
mainline.
Let him go.
Let him fly, man. Let him fly.
Fly.
So this is Florida, man. Where my boys at, man? Where the guys at, man?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, feed him to the Gators.
I think
I know an organization that would take him out, Ronnie.
They need to feed him to the Gators, bro.
Karma's waiting.
Feed him to the Gators and the Everglades. Go ahead, DBS.
She's waiting, brother. She's waiting for the proper time to strike.
Right.
That's what
Hey.
I'm having faith in karma, brother.
Right, yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yep, fuck you.
Yeah, that's what it means,
So
motherfucker. You gonna get
the,
yours, allegedly.
your attorney isn't approaching them and saying, my client would like to speak with you?
I can never be an attorney
No,
because
my
I could
attorneys are
never
pretty much saying
defend
to
chomos.
keep my mouth shut until the
Represent
trial
some kind of
starts.
scumbag, dirtbag, degenerate fuck like this, right? That'd be fucking
I could never do
impossible.
it.
Wood chipper.
JD DeLay was onto something with that. He was onto something with that.
Okay. I don't know why they were going to wait till the trial, but that's their business, not mine.
They don't want anything to hurt my chances.
Yeah, understand. Okay.
Hey, what was Joey's last
Hey, I'll
name?
take it a step farther real quick. Big Lance from Off the Yard, YouTuber. He has a rap song called what is it called? I don't know, like the Devil Dance or something. And on that verse, he says, "Get the wood chipper, but don't forget the bleach." And I started thinking about it, right? Dude, the wood chipper leaving so much DNA, y'all. Like the wood chipper, it's crazy.
Hey, it turns everything organic, brother. That's all I can say.
Big Lance said, "Get the bleach."
Man, just throw some trees in behind it, man, and just clean it out, man. Just get the pressure washer. It'll be all right. Just like the slaughterhouse. Just like the slaughterhouse, bro.
Chipping
Dude,
off
I'd
the
hire
wood,
those
man,
two
that's
guys from
crazy.
Pulp Fiction, man.
Say what?
That was a
I,
sick one, Pulp Fiction.
hey, I hired those two dudes from Pulp Fiction that to clean up, the cleanup guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Yo, in every badass movie, they got that silent cleanup. You know what I mean? Cleanup guy just comes in through the clutch right quick.
I wouldn't mind getting paid to do. I might do this for
Fucking
fucking
glasses in a hat, don't say a
community
word, just
service. Put me on
lays in a
community
fucking
service. I'll do
rug
this.
and he's out.
I'll do this for hours, man. Holy shit.
Okay. All right.
Fun fact: when COVID hit, my union they were looking for people to go into the freezers and take the bodies from the hospital to the freezers and stack up the freezer. They were paying about $200 an hour. I got called for it, and then I was thinking about it, and then I said, nah, I'm good. They were gonna give you the biohazard suit, everything, all that shit, but I said, fuck that. I'm good. But for this, I would do it. Free.
Right.
Charge. Free
That's
charge.
different. Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically, well, obviously this confirms that they're artificially inflating everything up as high as they can possibly do it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know
What'll stick.
what the plan is there. If they're just trying to scare me into pleading down, or I don't know.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're just trying to hurt me as much as possible.
Are you able to share the Saturday night before you left for Kissimmee? You were pretty upset about something. Did it have to do anything with Kissimmee?
So I'm predicting his county
that took place
time
the next
was
day?
sweet, which is probably the opposite for everybody. Everyone hates county.
Right.
Everybody be in
Because we
prison.
got to
Food's
remember
better.
this specific is a jail call, I think, not a prison
Yeah,
call.
jail
Yeah.
call. So we got to think, Ronnie. But probably when he got sent up the road, his lifestyle changed a little bit.
Oh,
And like,
yeah, for sure.
What's the update on this dude now? What is he like in PC?
oh, he's definitely PC'd up. We can, dude. Once we get through these
That'll
calls,
be the end of this video. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll look into it.
Couple days?
No,
Okay.
no, I was just stressed out about money and job and everything like that.
Some woman got on a YouTube thing and said that you weren't even at the party.
Pardon?
Was he just laughing, bro?
And what channel are they talking about right there? Can the chat, maybe someone in the chat knows this case, can tell me later on.
Yeah, please help us out. We need all the fucking help we can
And
get.
he was like, yeah, he did laugh a little bit. 100%.
Somebody is, yeah, throughout this whole thing, there's been someone kind of smirking or giggling.
At her birthday party.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I went up there Sunday evening and got there after she was done at her party.
Hey, ma'am, how you gonna just be your son and not know he's a chomo? I don't believe that. You seen his history.
This went from a conversation to an interrogation, though.
That's why he chuckled. I believe that's why he laughed, because he's like, "Oh, they trying to get me.
Yeah,
they trying to set me up."
Oh, okay.
And we were very happy that I was there. We were very happy that the three of us were together. It was shaping up to be a great week and a great visit. You know, there's no reason for anything to happen that happened.
Is there some explanation of the...
What the fuck does that mean?
It sounded like his parents were there to visit him. That's when he got locked up. I don't know, but homeboy,
this dude, yeah, he got some screws loose, to say the least.
Oh, I see what you're saying when he said it happens. Like, what do you mean it happens? Good point.
Rewind that.
There's no reason for anything to happen that happened.
Is there some explanation of the... I came up Wednesday morning, met you at the hotel early in the morning, and is there some explanation why you left and went where you went?
This is something the DA asked them to write. The DA wrote this and had them ask them these questions, just like the other case with
Casey Anthony. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I was driving around.
Okay, understood you were driving around, but they know where you were driving around.
Yeah.
And we know.
Okay. I had wanted to grab a few things, and get my ducks in a row, kind of prepare myself for whatever was coming, but I couldn't find what I was looking for.
Oh, he's going back to the scene?
Okay.
Yeah,
And then I ended up,
or maybe his, ex girls or the victim's mother. We got to remember he was dating the victim's mother, right? Or maybe even
Correct.
married.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was dating her. Yeah.
Wow.
Jennifer.
Soto, Jennifer Soto, yeah.
just kind of driving around aimlessly.
Okay. I mean, you asked me to come up, and we hardly spent 35 minutes the entire time I was there throughout the entire day. And it's like, I wasn't sure why I was there. And then I was caught off guard by what happened later that afternoon, and obviously haven't seen you since.
Yeah, well, I just felt like I needed an ally there.
Well, I wish you had come to me and talked to me about some stuff, and maybe we could have helped you out in some way, giving you some advice. But certainly, under extenuating circumstances, what was later discovered obviously couldn't help you any further than what had already taken place. So the most logical thing would be to have, face up to it and have a conversation with the appropriate authorities or get an attorney or something. But be that as it may.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Well, we got a copy of your birth certificate for Sheila Marino and for your case. We're trying to get hospital records from the TBI, but Sarasota Memorial says you were never a patient there, so that was ridiculous because we know you were.
yeah. And were you able to find my Social Security card?
Yes.
Good. I presume it was probably in that mouse toy box with everything?
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. No, I don't recall where it was.
There
but it
you
wasn't.
go. Why they got a mouse
wasn't
toy
there.
box? Why's your paperwork
I
in
don't
there?
remember if you
Yeah, it's sick, man.
confirmed or not. Were you able to find my watch?
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
So
There was no popcorn box.
Little silver mouse
we already
toy.
had your Social Security card. So why did you think we need I already knew your number. I don't know why you think we need to find the card.
Just in case I was going to need it in the future.
Okay. Well, we have that.
How long I'm going to be
You don't need that in DBS. You need your Social Security card in prison.
Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
They already got it, dog.
You got an ID number, a fucking Social Security number, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're a number to them already. They got their own number.
Yeah, fast all the way.
Birth certificate, Social Security card might be things I'll need in that case.
What?
Well,
He's tweaking.
the penalty for the crimes you have been charged with carry a minimum 40
fucking years.
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah. He's definitely reading
year
some shit.
sentence.
Yeah, no, all the way, Ronnie.
So obviously we're going to be gone. Rick will be gone. We'll all be gone. I mean, we're sad about that, obviously, because there won't be anybody here for you when you come out.
Damn, these are like one of those conversations that
Yo, there's a lot of passive aggression too.
Yeah, that is true because he's like basically, yeah, we're never gonna see you again, bro.
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody
the
gonna be
realism
here
is
for
there.
you.
They're
Yeah,
accepting the facts that they already know that he's done. There's no
Yeah.
innocence here. They know. They're letting them
Yeah.
know, like, yo, you're fucking cooked, son.
you're on your own.
Yep.
There's 40 years left in me either, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everything sticks.
I wish there was a way that, you and I can have a conversation, all of us could have a conversation to understand what's taken place, how this came about, how you arrived here, because it would help us better understand the situation, because we're at a loss for understanding how all this came about. I mean, we're just totally baffled.
Well, I didn't start it.
Well, you didn't start it, but you participated in it, which is just as bad as not starting it. But that's for another day. Again, I don't know if
details or anything, but, I mean, if you'd like to schedule a visit with me or something, maybe we can find some way to talk.
I don't know. I think we're always going to be recorded, so there won't be an opportunity to do that. Now, we have to make arrangements.
So basically,
for you to
he
sign
wants
off
it
on a
not
power of
recorded so he
attorney.
can
Yeah, cold
confess.
hard facts. Even in the visitation room in person, it's all being screened. It's like he's basically telling them there's no way around this shit.
Well, not only that, what I'm getting to is
And
like he wants.
don't get me involved type shit.
Well, I think he wants to confess and kind of throw blame on everybody. Like he wants to come
Right.
clean and say, "Yo, this is why it's the way I am. You made me this way."
Right. Yeah,
Whatever
pull
the
that shit.
yeah, pull that victim bullshit because of whatever that it is that happened. And let's be real. He might have been a victim at one time too, bro. So you got to take that in consideration as well. But that doesn't change the fact that he did what he did and he is who he is now. But it does seem like he's trying to go in that route of being a victim and shit. That's what I'm getting from. Like he wants
A
to
victim, and he's justifying his actions. I think he's going to make up some scenario where he felt like he needed to do what he did, which there's never an excuse for that.
Yeah, you sick.
Right.
Can do something with his car.
Yeah.
And I would have to bring a document over. They won't even let me see you. I would just hand it to the classification officer. He would bring it in, you sign it, they would notarize it, give it back to me, and I would leave.
Okay. I think I just got the 1 minute warning.
Okay.
So yeah,
Take that.
give them whatever you need, and I'll sign whatever I need to sign. In the meantime, I'll try to call back in the next couple of days and we'll talk some more. If you wouldn't mind putting a little more money in my commissary as well.
All right. I can't do much stuff because we are really, when I say dead ass broke, I mean dead ass broke, but I'll do what I can.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That could change, but right now, for the next 30 days, we are definitely in lockdown.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right. I'll try to get over there within the week to get that PO.
They're older. They're waiting for the first.
Okay. There's a
Yep.
15-minute cooldown before I can call back. I'll
Or
see if
the
I can
third.
call back again.
They
If
said
not, I'll try to
lockdown.
call back in the next couple of days.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Okay. All right. I love you. Bye.
That means they got money, but they ain't got money for you. That's what
You
lockdown
hear
is.
me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, is
Can
this a
you
good
hear me
time?
now?
Yes. The phone was in the dining room. I was in the office. Didn't realize it was ringing. And the second time it rang, I didn't even hear it ringing.
Oh, okay. How's everything going?
Well, good. Everything's fine with us. How about you?
We're good.
Hanging in there so far. Any news or updates on your end?
No?
No?
You're
Okay.
cooked. That's the only update you
How
got.
about yours?
Well, I got a chance to look at the autopsy reports.
And?
Sticko.
Oh,
I can't go.
This is where it gets sick.
Can't go into detail.
This is where it goes. This is where it gets wild, brother.
into too much detail, but raises a lot of questions.
Okay. Well, you don't need to say any more.
Yeah.
Did you get the books?
No, not yet. Did
Wow,
you get,
these people are smarter than a
notification
lot
delivery?
of other people on the call. They kind of just stopped
Oh,
that from going.
facts, yeah. Yeah, a few times,
The
they were
parents.
fighting, slipping and sliding. Yeah.
Well, they're enablers. We can see that already. They already know what time it is, and they're being modest by their.
They know he's fucked. They just don't
Their
want to
family.
involve themselves too much, right?
But they've had to know this way before this even took place, bro.
Of
There was
course,
something,
you could
bro.
play dumb all you want. There's something wrong with
And they're
homeboy.
calling to make sure he doesn't say too much.
Yeah, they're cleaning up shit, bro. Cause he might be trying to throw them under the bus too. There might be some shit going on in the family that you don't know about. Who knows?
Never know.
yes.
Okay, well, I haven't received them yet.
So they arrived in one location. They have to be transported over from that location, which is outside of St. Pete, and then over to Kissimmee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
It
mean,
goes
it
to
is.
Seminole, which is
So Kissimmee's the
it
same
goes to
place
Seminole.
Prison Stories with Domi did his crime, Blue Eyes.
Yeah, right.
It's right next to Orlando.
Okay, yeah, I remember him speaking on that in the past.
And then from there, it's sent over to you. So, as I said, Seminole is over by St. Pete.
Yeah, and who knows how often, they pick it
Shout
up
out
and
to
stuff.
St. Pete. That's where I was at
Yeah.
when I was
And then
in
they have to
Florida.
record it
The
and
Berg.
check it out and then deliver it to people. So I guess we'll give it another week or so.
if you get a chance, Steph, and I found a chess set that is a mat, just a roll up mat, but the pieces are.
That's the regular prison chess board that's allowed to be entered into the
Right.
prison. That's the only one you can really have. You can't have any other ones. It's a bag of the pieces, and then you have a almost like a like how you put mats down for kids when they're eating.
Yeah.
It's like a big mat like that, just a chess.
Almost like it is foam dinner plate roll up.
Yep, that kind of thing
That
going
shit.
on.
Made out of silicone.
I still don't think that'd be allowed.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I said.
Well, you can't melt the silicone and do anything, but okay.
No,
You can swallow it and choke on it or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about.
Yeah, or jamming it until you die,
Or that.
These things. So last time we talked, you had not
This
found
guy's
my
a
watch,
victim. He ain't
correct?
jamming shit in nobody's eye.
Right.
When you went through that
Maybe
box,
not no
remember, did you
chess
see a big
pieces.
plastic?
Yeah,
Yep.
no, somebody's gonna put their fingers in his nose and
Fucking
roll
thumb
him
in
down
his
the-
eyes and rip them bitches
Hey,
out.
what about those guys that put the chess pieces in the penis?
Disgusting. Oh yeah, that was a
No,
thing.
dominoes.
No, it was dominoes. It was a thing, man. I knew a guy who did it once, man.
Why'd he do that, DBS?
I don't know. He was locked up from an adolescent, man. He thought when he got home he would be able to pleasure the women more because it's like a thing he read about or people told him about, and then people were doing it, so monkey see monkey do type shit. So
This shit got infected, probably, huh?
Nah, I don't know. But if they would have found out about it, he would have went to the box for self-mutilation. So I don't think it got affected. I think he took care of it, man.
Purple dragon?
No.
Nope. Big plastic purple dragon?
No.
You were probably
Big
in the wrong box
plastic-
then. Said it was in one of the large boxes at the foot of my bed.
No, doesn't see any big plastic purple dragon.
Okay, well, in one of those boxes you will find a big plastic purple dragon, and that is one of the popcorn buckets. That's not the one I'm talking about.
Where's his fucking PDF files for the PDF shit he was doing?
He sounds like a spoiled little fucking kid yelling at his parents because they can't find his shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Sounds like he's trying to get them to clean up something, man. He's got something going on.
Facts.
Stashed in some
Always.
kitty shit.
That's just to show you that the popcorn buckets look like other things. But in that same box, you'll see a silvery gray looking sort of box with wheels on the bottom and a brown shoulder strap attached to it. That's the mouse droid. In that should be my watch.
The mouse what?
The mouse what?
Droid. M-O-U-S-E droid.
Okay.
What is a mouse droid?
It's looks like a little, almost like a remote control car from Star Wars. You can Google it and see what it looks like, and then find the thing that looks like that with a brown strap attached to it. In that should be my watch, though.
What the fuck?
I think we've been through about everything.
And the watch is very important. What is this? Some sort of tech watch that you got pictures on or some wild shit, man?
Yeah.
This watch seems very important, man. It's significant value to this guy.
All right, purple dragon. All right, well, make a note of that.
The purple dragon is in the mouse droid, but the mouse droid is in the same box as the purple dragon.
Okay.
You got that?
Well, maybe
Yes.
maybe I'll find a Rolex too, because we still haven't found that.
I never had the Rolex.
Okay.
I really.
Where is that blue and white little ceramic box that you had that you put stuff in?
That would have been in storage somewhere.
Okay, I thought you had it.
No. Nope, that would be somewhere in storage. So if you guys cleaned out the storage unit, then you may have come across it already.
Well, listen, we've got a lot of boxes that we're still going through. So.
Okay.
And
That's fine.
Well, the boxes we just stuck in the garage.
Yeah.
So there's no place to put it.
Well, it'll be in one of those boxes.
Okay, babe.
Anyway.
We'll be looking for it, that's for sure.
Yep, and look for that wristwatch inside the mouse droid.
Okay.
It's in the same box as the purple dragon. Okay.
Okay. Definitely look.
Yeah, you'll see it.
That's a fucking onion, bro. Something's in between those points, bro.
Yeah, something's up with this shit. Big
It's
facts. I don't know what, but something's off. You know what I mean?
something's in between from what they're talking about to get to that watch. You're gonna
Oh
see
yeah, you
something
on to
else.
something? They off. Yeah.
There's something else between the two for them to see before they get to the watch so the watch. You know what I mean? Like fuck out of here, bro.
Some of them like Disney collectibles.
We're having trouble getting any cooperation with the classification people there to get you to sign the POA so we can get the car sold and start a little slush fund here for you for there.
Really?
But,
Where
yeah.
Well, they say because of where you're incarcerated that that can't be facilitated with bringing a document back and having it signed. So we told your attorneys about it, and we told them that we would overnight the POA. They could take it in, have you sign it, and I would include a self-addressed returned overnight envelope so they could just drop it off and send it to us. So maybe you can have that conversation with them.
Yeah, because bringing me documents to sign has not been a problem before. When the media asked for my consent for interviews, I had officers literally bring me a form and ask me if I wanted to sign it for consent or not. So I don't think that's really the issue.
So the media's reached out and tried to schedule interviews with you, and you
2 or 3 times,
accepted
yeah.
or declined? Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
No, I've declined every time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it wouldn't do me any good right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you can have that conversation with your attorneys. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that should be able to be arranged.
We got a new copy of your birth certificate for them.
Okay.
Which I was going to bring over for them so I can overnight that as well. So again, have that conversation that I could overnight the package along with the POA. They could take the POA into you, have you
That's
sign
crazy.
it, and then we could, and then I would include a return envelope as well, and they can send it back to us.
Yeah. As far as a birth certificate, I guess you would just have that included with whatever my belongings they took into storage when I was booked.
Say that again?
No, I don't know. This is for something that they're doing. They wanted to get your records from Sarasota Memorial and from Irvine, California, and both of those have their own forms that you have to sign them because you're an adult. You're no longer a minor. I can't sign for them. But
Yo, we got a whole
so that's
grown
going as
man
well.
with a beard,
Okay,
gray
those documents.
beard,
Yep.
white hair, and she got to remind him you're an adult, like he's 18 and just became a. Come on, man, what we got going on? And for the chat, this call took place at 5:26:24, 7:39 p.m.
They're in the
Oh, okay.
What county was I born in? It was Kane County, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we have your birth certificate.
What was the name of the hospital?
I don't know. Is it on the birth certificate?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
I was just wondering if I ever need to find it for any reason.
Well, the Kane County would have it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, the hospital doesn't have it. Kane County does.
Okay. So I just contact the court for Kane County, I guess?
Yeah. So it was like $45 to get this copy of this birth certificate. It doesn't say which hospital.
Okay. But Kane County.
But it has, I'm sorry, Copley Memorial Hospital.
Copley?
Yeah.
With a C or a K?
C.
C, okay. Copley Memorial in Kane County. Okay. Just if I ever need to get that and I don't have anyone to rely on, it would help.
We're trying to get a hold of your attorneys that handled the things when you and Joey got run over. But it's changed so much and the partners are split up, and I think one of them is in California that would be the one I wanted to talk to, but I've called and left him a message and he hasn't returned the call.
Okay.
So we're trying to do anything that they ask us to do on our end, we're doing. And so I don't know. We get pushback sometimes when we ask for information, but
don't worry.
One of them informed me that she was a criminal attorney, not a civil attorney, and getting a POA done was not part of her business.
That was probably Alicia.
Could have been.
Yeah, she's a no-nonsense type.
Well, if she has your best interest in mind, it'd be his best interest to get it done so that we can keep you funded.
Yeah, well, one thing at a time, I guess. If you guys can find my watch, that will be another step in the right direction. It's in there.
There's okay. I just hope that
Scumbag.
somehow that you can really identify it because.
Identify what?
Where is that? What the box?
Okay, leave it on that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell her to shut the fuck up already. We will get it.
Yeah, man. This dude, is just scum. You could just look right in his eyes and tell he's a scumbag. He's a dirt pile, and he's a scum on a scum. You know what I mean? And eventually, what will be done will be done.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, it comes, sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Top of the mountain.
Okay.
Wristwatch it inside. Okay. What else is new with you guys?
Just going to church, doing open houses. We're studying the Book of Romans. I would love for you to read that.
And Lacey's going to have puppies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss that. I love to see all those little happy little wagging tails and bright eyes and smell all that puppy breath.
Oh, yes.
Do you know when your court date's going to be yet?
No clue. Might not be for another couple months. It depends if they even need my testimony at all. Which, you would hope they would, but, at some point I assume I am going to see the inside of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Be a pretty strange trial without it.
Yeah. Well, there's been no news at all. So everything's just kind of status quo from where it was last time. Where have you been for the last week?
Couldn't make a call for a little while. Some of the people that worked the night shift, as I said, are not as nice to me. So I've been waiting for people who are.
Yeah,
And then,
that's what you get, motherfucker. At least somebody's trying to
sick as
treat your
well,
ass
so I've been sick for a
accordingly.
few days.
Cold?
Presumably, yeah. I've had a pretty bad fever and a sore throat with some serious pressure on my left inner ear. Yeah, like I said, this place is filthy and unsanitary, and obviously they don't clean these cells before they bring a new person into it.
Did they move you again?
Yeah, they moved me again as well. So I moved out of the room with the ants, and now I'm back into the room with the ants again, too.
Oh, well, familiar friends.
Yeah, they just love moving me, especially around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm comfortable and trying to fall asleep. I think they do it just to mess with me, honestly.
Yeah, it's sleep deprivation. They're fucking with him. They're doing their little shit that they do.
Well, if that's all they do, then be happy.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be happy though.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could. People have survived a lot worse than this, but.
Yes.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
But when it happens.
It's air conditioning in there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So I've got that at least for now. Although one little room they put me in before was tiny and did not have air conditioning, or at least the air was not circulating in there, so it was hot, it was stifling, and it smelled like a little dog kennel. I'm glad they moved me out of that.
Did you got enough bedding to keep warm at night?
Well, I have one mat and one little thin scratchy wool blanket.
No sheets on the mat, I assume?
No pillow, no sheets, nothing.
Okay. Well, it's not the Reds.
Yeah, they are giving him the business, man.
Yeah, this ain't the Ritz-Carlton, but he's gonna fucking learn today. Real soon.
Or the Holiday Inn.
1 minute remaining.
The Pops is throwing jabs, though. I caught a few of them. He's throwing some shots.
He's slighting. Yeah, he's throwing some slice, my guy.
1 minute warning. God, these 15 minutes go by so fast, just like my break at work. So I'll try to call you back in another 15 minutes. You know the drill. If you don't hear back from me again, day or two.
Okay.
Okay?
We love you, honey.
Love you
All right.
too, Mama Bear, but I will try to call you back in 15 minutes if possible.
We'll be hovering over the phone.
All right. Bye.
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 Hey there.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, the guard just let me know that she's going to need the phone back in about 5 minutes. I think someone else wants to make a call.
Okay.
So this will have to be brief. Probably the last one of the night, but I'll push it till she needs it back.
All right. Well, better than nothing.
Yep. So anyway.
Waiting for you to call back was long.
What's that?
Just waiting for you to call back seemed like forever.
Turn the light on.
Then it just goes by quickly when we talk.
Yep. Same for me. Time creeps by when I'm waiting to call back, and then just slides by real quickly when we're talking there. Just like I said, just like my breaks at work, 15 minutes is never quite as long as you think it is.
Yeah.
But
Hey, how's your eyes? Do you need reading glasses?
if I did, I don't know what kind I would need. For now, they serve their purpose. But even my attorneys noticed at some point that I did seem like I had to kind of squint to look at what I was reading.
Okay.
I think it just depends on how tired I am, how strained my eyes are, all that. But yeah.
What do they have provisions there to provide reading glasses, or what?
Yeah,
or can you have reading glasses?
You can get reading glasses off the commissary, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't you check into that and see which ones work for you? And I guess that's the only place you can get them, right?
Yeah, probably. But that would be a matter of trial and error because they have like 3 or 4 different magnifications. I think, and I have no idea which I would need.
Well, try 150, 1.50, and then go to 175, and see which works.
Yeah, I guess I could.
I mean, can you try them on?
I think you have to buy them. I don't think you get to try them. There's no way to make the order and pay for it and then send it back,
Well, what if they don't work? Can you send them back?
You just said you can't.
I don't know how that works. I could ask somebody, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out. How much are they?
Like $3 or something like that.
$3?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
What are they, like paper 3D glasses?
They're plastic.
Well, yeah, I was just being facetious.
Yeah, it could be more. They might be $4, $5, or $6, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
jabs.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, it could be even $12. I don't remember. I mean, I saw them, but I don't remember how much the price was.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
How you doing with your stuff that you got from the commissary? You have enough to
Well, he's fat and sassy.
Yeah, I've got enough coffee, hard candies, and saltine crackers to last me through the end of the month here. The other,
Well, that's a couple more days.
Yeah, the other snacks kind of went faster than I expected them to, so I think from now on I'm just going to stick to coffee, hard candies, and saltine crackers.
Yeah, well, once you get your books, you'll have something to occupy your time.
Yeah, but hard candies, saltines, and coffee, those have seemed to give me the best bang for it.
Okay. All right.
Chips and things like that, the pickles and all that, it just doesn't last the way you want it to.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to have just one per day,
Yeah.
Especially with the meals like they are, and you never feel full after a meal, so you always feel like in your stomach, especially after dinner, because that's around 6 or 7, and then there's nothing else until 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, and me, I'm
well, you've had a lifetime of snacking all night long.
Yeah, well, plus my metabolism doesn't help.
Yeah. So.
See, what's really killing me though is my back and my hips.
The bed.
Yeah, that bed, man. That's steel bed, man. That's oof. That'll align you in the best way possible.
Oh yeah, that'll humble you real fast.
Yeah, nah, you'll be churning, tossing. You're gonna figure it out.
Turning, big
The best
fast.
way, The best way to do it though, man, is just lay straight on your back, man. Flat straight on your back and just meditate and try to stay that way the whole time that you sleep, and then you'll feel better when you wake up. Rather to sleeping on your side, because that hip, man, that hip bone, oof. That cold steel, oof. It's hardcore.
Quote unquote said, your bones seem right here and rest on the floor underneath. So, it hurts hips and then your knees are resting against each other, and it's tough.
Yeah.
When the lights are on, in these pods and Suicide Watch and Medical, the lights are always on overhead, so they're real bright. So you try to find a way to block it out, and any way you lay is just terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suicide Watch.
Nah, that's just them torturing the shit out of him, bro. That's
No, I
wild.
think run it back. I think that's what he said though.
What's that? Suicide Watch? I don't think he
Yeah.
said that. I think he said you just keep the lights on.
Suicide Watch and Medical, the lights are always on.
Oh, suicide, yeah.
Your bones seem right on the floor underneath. So, it hurts hips and then your knees are resting against each other, and it's tough.
Yeah.
When the lights are on, in these pods and Suicide Watch and Medical, the lights are always on overhead, so they're real bright. So you try to find a way to block it out, and any way you lay is just terrible.
Yeah.
You get all the debris from the floor that ends up on your mat and your blanket, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Just really keep hoping that something's going to break in my favor with this trial.
Well, okay.
I have to have hope about something, I have to maintain some sort of hope, otherwise I've got nothing.
Yo, for these fuckers that did this shit and they be talking the way they just talk, it just baffles me. Like they're I don't know what kind of hope and faith and light at the end of the tunnel you think you got, man, but god damn, man, these dudes are delusional.
Sick motherfucker. Sadistic, right?
Yeah, no accountability whatsoever.
Delusional.
Yeah.
I'm always giving my guardian angel one time.
Well, you've been there.
Nah, son, he didn't just say that. He didn't just say his guardian angel, bro.
Wow.
You've been there for what, 3 months now?
Yeah, at the end of this month it'll be 3 months.
March, April, yep, 3 months. So.
Well, like I said, the whole process could take 2 or 3 years before it's concluded. So, and I've already been told that if the prosecution is smart, that they'll drag it out as long as they can.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen? But, just keep hoping we can find something.
Well, as soon as you get some reading material and we know that arrives safely, then we can arrange for other stuff.
Yep. That will be good, having my own little mini library with stuff that I like to read instead of just what,
So when they move you from cell to cell, how do you move your stuff around?
I toss it all in my blanket, close my blanket up, fold my blanket up into my mat, and then push it.
Oh, they move you, blanket and mat.
Yep. Typically they'll move me with the mat, but.
So usually what happens is you'll take one sheet, you'll tie up your bed, right? You'll make it into a roll, and then you'll take your blanket, you'll put everything in your blanket, and you'll take the corners and you'll tie it up, and it'll be like one big bag. Throw that over your shoulder, and then you take the mattress, switch you, boop, boop, boop,
Right.
and keep it moving.
If they don't, I'll take my blanket and everything and just hope that they clean the mat in the new cell well enough, which last time they did not.
Yeah. Right.
I found a whole wad of shit underneath at one time.
So you get to well, you should, maybe you can complain to management.
No.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to include it in my Yelp review.
Yeah.
1 star, accommodations suck, food terrible.
Yeah. Well, the idea is not to be there, but but it's too late for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stephen, I could never have imagined that we would all be in this situation. I just couldn't. There's no way I could have ever even visualized it. This is awful.
Yeah, me either, to be honest.
Well, I mean, things kind of went sideways, whatever happened with So you knew that was going to go down a rat hole.
Yeah, well, I never
And then,
in a million years that she would not be around anymore. So
yeah. So once that went sideways, whatever happened, you know, that was all she wrote.
yeah, well, you know, I can handle a lot of things.
Not in.
What's that?
I said, still has not been heard from except for an interview she did with a newspaper where she told everybody that she did sleep with you guys and she said she sleep with you in the other room.
As I was going to say, I can handle a lot of things, but one thing I just can't reconcile or figure out in my mind or wrap my head around is the fact that, you know, she doesn't get to live anymore. There were a lot of things that I wanted to see for her, you know. She had another year or so before high school. You know, learning how to drive, figuring out what she wanted to do with her life. I was excited to see where she was going, you know. I was really impressed with the person that she was finally growing into.
Well, got a whole lot to talk about, a lot to own up to.
Well, again, I know you can't talk about this, but it's like, it almost sounds like you didn't know something had happened to her.
Well, I discovered her. In the state that she was in after everything was said and done. So I mean,
Pay attention. Whoa.
obviously I can't get into detail,
Yeah.
but no, I was not aware that she had passed on. As you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time. And then it's not like you just suddenly feel someone's ghost pass away from them. You know, it's a discovery. And
So she wasn't even in the same room with you?
well, I mean, she was in the room that I started in, but, you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I tend to wander around the house and fiddle around on my phone.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, originally, before they just added that, my guy, I was gonna say, why was you in her room at all? But then I didn't want to assume, so I waited. But why
Nah,
you was in the same room? But
yeah.
you know,
Huh?
what's going on here is something real seductive, something real sick and seductive. It's just sickening.
Out front, feel the nice cool night air and all that. So I was gone from the room for, I mean, obviously I really can't get into too many details, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't discover what had happened until just around dawn.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting.
because I discovered that she was ice cold.
Well, all I can say, Stephen, is that my heart breaks for you because I know that's something that you never would have done and never would have wanted to have done to her.
Damn right.
Neither would we.
Damn right.
I'm angry on your behalf that it happened, and I'm angry that you got dragged into it by them. So I'm just angry.
Was there anybody else at the townhome that was not a regular person?
No, which is why I keep saying that I'm not sure that there's any one person honestly to blame. But they're certainly trying to blame me. And according to the autopsy report, like I said, raises a lot more questions, but they seem to be settling on trying to say it's homicide.
Yo, hold on right quick, right? So earlier you was just speaking on him not wanting to take accountability and, to be more specific, pass on the accountability or the blame, if you will, on other people, maybe even his parents, all right? So circling back now, if you pay attention, I think we're starting to see exactly what you was leading on to. And just for the record, one more time for the chat, this is another call that took place a little bit after 5/26/24, same day, 8:10 p.m.
Like I said, it has something to do with bones in her throat, but take that to mean what you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But you know, I would never have done anything like that.
No. Yeah. I mean, you're the same person that cried when I asked you to dispatch your little bird that broke its neck or something and was flopping around.
Yeah, you know, same person that Sure.
Wow.
They're
Now
down
they're
with the
trying to
fucking cover up. Yeah, they're down with the
this
cover up.
damage control. Now they're trying to paint a picture as this innocent man that was even so loving and caring that he took care of a dying bird. Like, miss me with that bullshit. The fuck out of
About
here.
people cried at movies.
Yes, I know.
And there was always, and then there was Skippy.
Skippy, yep. Rue,
Jay Bird.
Jay Bird, yep, I remember them all. Burying them was very hard for me.
Yeah.
And, it just,
All I know, Stephen, is when I look at a picture of you and I look into your eyes, I don't see a monster there. I don't see a bad person there. I see my son who I love. That never will change.
well, thank you. And I know that I'm not a bad person or an evil person or a monster.
No. But you do need to dive into the Bible head first and stay in it, because you need grace. You need God on your side as a warrior on your side.
I keep asking him to help me through this somehow. I know that
And you still don't have a Bible?
I have a Bible. I have a King James version.
Oh no, jeez. Oof.
Okay. Well, we're looking into getting your large print Bible. So I want to make sure that this delivery gets to you, and then I can order one from the publisher and get it to you, large print, so you won't need glasses.
Well, hopefully it does. We have no idea how often they pick it up or how long it'll take to get here and get sorted and get delivered, if it does at all. But I haven't received any written notification of anything being returned yet, so.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll judge it from there. And so we'll just make sure that we're timing this right. So
Keep praying.
the Bible will occupy the majority of your time.
Yeah, I keep praying to God for help, for some kind of miracle. I mean, I know I've probably run up my divine credit as far as miracles go, with my guardian angel and God working in overtime to keep me alive as long as they have. But I keep hoping for one more big miracle, one big salvation. And
have you got some way to keep a journal of notes that you would take from reading the Bible?
I can get a pad of paper off the commissary, and I can get more pens and stuff too. I think my commissary is about -$10 by this point, but I know I can get a pad of white ruled paper off of there.
Okay. So do I need to replenish the commissary yet, or wait?
If you want to, yes. But I'm not going to use it on snacks, just on essentials for now.
All right, how much do I need to put in?
$50.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be dropped down to 40 like immediately.
Okay. All right.
We're about to get cut
We're
off.
just about out of time.
Yep, I'll talk to you later. I love you both.
I love you. All right.
Sorry.
Hey, is this a good time?
Hold on. Yeah, I was
6/1/24.
I was on the phone with somebody else, and first time you called in and inadvertently hit the
7:49.
wrong button. Hang on, I'll put you on speaker. Hang on. Okay, I got you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
Sounds in as well.
He's always in a well.
Yeah.
He's in a big room.
Yep, very echoey. Oh.
Did you get any of the books we sent yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have any notification of anything being sent back either. I had
Okay.
a
All right.
meeting with the mental health director a couple days ago. She said they're going to take me down a step in custody level. So I'm going to be taken off non-acute status, and as soon as a space opens up in one of the regular isolation cells, I'll be moved to one of those.
Okay, good.
Does that mean that we can get a document to you and we can get it signed now?
Possibly. She said they won't put any restrictions on me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And
Yeah.
when's that supposed to happen?
What's that?
Well, when is that supposed to happen?
Whenever a space opens up in one of those cells.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's on space. This is a very crowded jail. There's over 2,000 inmates.
All right. And you'll still be in kind of isolated protection?
Yep, I'll still be in protective custody. I'll still be by myself. I just won't be under self-harm watch.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I won't be in any of the self-harm pods.
Okay.
So that's
all right. Well, I guess that's better accommodations. You'll have concierge services.
Not likely, but, I might actually have a rack to put my mat on, so I'm not going to be on the floor. Maybe I'll have, a seat and a table. Who knows? But I won't be surrounded by crazies all the time,
Okay.
or relatively so.
All right.
That should be an improvement at least.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep. Any other news or updates on your end?
No. Everything's still status quo. Somebody sent us a link to a YouTube video that, these amateur sleuths, just are relentless. They just go down any and every, path they can go. And so this link to this YouTube video, had, tracked all your internet activity and all the sites that you had joined.
Holy shit.
The dark web.
Yo, yeah,
Shout out
shout
to
out
them.
to, yeah, big shout out and salute. It's the YouTube streets. The internet remains undefeated, man. And we're covering these lost boys, these lost souls, if you will, right? Just like Wade Wilson. But this one, he got this codependency with his parents and other people is sickening. It's like a lost child, a scared little boy, but a scumbag, dirtbag, degenerate piece of shit, low life at the same time.
The parents are playing the game too, bro.
Oh, and it's an enabling game.
Yeah, but
But
they're
they're
also
throwing their jabs and slights, you know what I mean? Especially
it's
the
like
father.
it's a weird
It's a give and take,
degrading kind
love
of
and hate.
obnoxious
Yeah.
love and hate kind of shit
Or
going on.
whatever, but some of the offbeat websites.
Humiliating.
So I'm sure you know what I'm referring to without me having to name them.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you that all that shit exists out there. And, oh, by the way, I sped through this 2-hour YouTube video, and your former roommates at the townhome that you rented, have ratted you out in ways, and fabricated stories, about a shared network drive and video that had been recorded, and supposedly, approached your mother about them, threatening to disclose, you in these videos, and that we paid them off, which was total bullshit. We've never heard about this until these videos and these asshole friends of yours have managed to get themselves on these YouTube channels and disclose all sorts of shit. Because I can tell you this: if any one of them, and we know who we're talking about, had come to us with that, we would have told them, feel free to do whatever you want. We're not paying you jack shit. If somebody had done something, I suggest you pursue it with them or the authorities, but don't bring this up to our attention ever again. I can assure you that we would not have paid off anybody. It wouldn't have been our problem, and we wouldn't have paid for it, period.
So my former roommates are trying to blackmail you into paying them off?
No. They're claiming that they had supposedly come to us and blackmailed us, and that we paid them money, which they've described it in two events, one at a restaurant, and then your mother supposedly showing up at the townhome with a manila envelope. And you and I know, and we all know, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, didn't exist, never did it.
It never happened.
And if they had done that, I would have said, go ahead and do whatever you want. You're not getting a penny from me. It's not my problem, so don't even come to me with it, period.
Are they aware that blackmail and coercion is also illegal?
Well, it's kind of a moot point when you're looking.
Fucking pedos, man. They be swearing like there's some kind of legal evils, man. It's like they got, come on, man. Fuck out of here, man.
That's a number of years ago this was. And right now it's their word, it's hearsay, but I'm just telling you what these amateur sleuths are repeating. Matter of fact, they even said that we owned the townhome, which we didn't.
We've been living in $1 million homes, and you were a spoiled, rotten kid because of it. And I'm thinking, we've never been in $1 million home.
But anyway, I'm just telling you the bullshit that goes on out there, which is why I don't pay attention to these YouTube videos. But I'm just telling you, your former roommates have, done a nice job of sabotaging or discrediting your character and what have you. So everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, throwing you under the bus and what have you. But I'm just relating this story of that's been repeated a few times about some video being recorded in the townhome, and that they came to us requesting, and we pleaded with them not to disclose it, and we paid them off, which is just absolute bullshit.
You should be very careful about that because they're seriously opening themselves up to a lawsuit for defamation.
Well, it takes money to sue somebody, and you have to prove it, and so no one's going to take a case like that pro bono, and it's not worth chasing. And you have to prove damages, and we haven't suffered any damages. But I'm just telling you the bullshit that's floating out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, they've is under
The father.
search, and
So hold
they've
up, right? The father's making it clear he wants nothing to do with no lawsuits, or no bullshit or drama or court cases at all. He wants nothing to do with it. This dude's trying to make something out of nothing. The father ain't even having it. Even if it was something, he's trying to move on, let him know what's going on and move on,
Yep.
websites that you've subscribed to, participated in, or what have you. So I'm just giving you a heads up that they are leaving no stone unturned as they go down a rat hole chasing this shit.
Crazy.
Yep.
So you
Don't
fucked,
even try to
buddy.
figure out why they did it.
Yeah, that was
You let them know you fucked.
and that silence and that sigh, man, that was
It says it all. Yeah.
I'm all the way fucked.
Because we can't figure out why they did it, except
Who did it?
the roommate.
Okay. All right, we moved on past that.
Yeah, but the thing is that these YouTube sites give people a chance to talk with complete immunity because they never check them, they never fact check them, they don't care about the facts, they just care about getting people to click on and pay them money for the YouTube site. So,
and supposedly these hosts of these YouTube channels pay these people to provide this information as well. So whatever that's worth.
And some roommate.
Oh yeah, the roommate. That's really funny. So reading this interview of the former roommate said that both you and were grossly overweight, and you both had gastric bypass. I mean, I'm just telling you, this shit is just what I don't. They didn't disclose her name, okay? But to say that you had gastric bypass, which you've never had, and that you were grossly overweight, which you never were. Again, it's the bullshit that's just floating out there on these YouTube channels.
Well, some had gastric bypass, but
Yep.
it's not a big deal these days.
Understand. But they're saying that you had it,
They're saying that she refused to take her bipolar meds, which she was very forgetful, and didn't do a lot. But they were saying that it was not ADHD, but they thought she was autistic. And like going, no, she wasn't. She wasn't autistic.
It was a question mark. You had one doctor saying that she was possibly on the spectrum, another saying, no, it doesn't seem like it, she's just ADHD. And other doctors didn't know. So it was a question mark.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a three-ring circus out there with these YouTube channels, which is why I don't watch them. Your mother doesn't watch them, but every now and then somebody sends us a link to something. And like I said, I sped viewed it and, came away with a little bit of information and a lot of bad information, misinformation, inaccurate information, but it is what it is. And, so I'm not going to bother with it. You have to consider the source and the validity of it, and everybody's highly speculative about whatever they come across, and then they try to make something monumental out of it that doesn't exist.
I don't know how they can even find jurors that haven't listened to some of this crap.
Yeah,
they can't.
It's tainted. It's tainted. The whole thing is tainted now.
Yeah, they might have to shop it out to a different venue, but even at that point, I think it's going to be hard to find anyone who hasn't heard about Elvis.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. And the minute they do hear about it, they're going to go in, and even though they're not supposed to, they're going to go in and check the internet, and they're going to see these things. They're going to believe this stuff because they don't know the difference between truth and non-truth.
Fact and fiction.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. If I go in and say, you people are idiots. You know this never happened, and I can't do that because it won't do you good.
You don't want to engage with it.
So, no, don't want to give them. They're not worthy of the merit of any comments, and they can just enjoy themselves. And then when the truth comes out, then they'll have to do a lot of backtracking. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. But anyway,
I will tell you this, Stephan. You know that we're saved people. You know that we're Christians, and you know that these people came to us many times for help in their living situations, and you know that we've helped all of them. I don't understand why these kids think it's so wonderful to jump on this bandwagon and crucify us when we were there for them when they needed us. I don't understand that.
Well, it's because we have fallings out for various reasons, and they can't resist the temptation to kick me while I'm down because they think they can do it with impunity.
Absolutely.
They didn't have the balls to do it while it was free.
what's that?
So they didn't have the balls to do it while it was free.
Yeah.
Well, they were jealous. You know who was always the one with the little, very, very something on his back, the mouth.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
always so jealous of you. He's so jealous of you. And
He sabotaged me at every turn. I mean, if you remember when I was working Quiznos, I was in line for management, so he started working there. Then suddenly everyone's attitude towards me changed, and he became a manager.
Yeah.
well, that's what he does.
And, there were people in our friends group who, for some reason, were under the impression that I was a complete moron.
Hmm.
Well, they should check your IQ score.
Well, I know he was,
That's the enabling. You see how the shit is there? They
Right.
created this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, facts. And his hate, as much as I hate to sound like I'm giving him any type of credit, which I'm not, right? It's just like between all the phone calls we went over with Wade Wilson and these Wade Weiss, these three right here having a very different kind of dialogue and demeanor, and it's much more intelligent, if you will, that we've been covering lately. They're being very more careful in their slighting and throwing their jabs, and you know what I mean? They're not saying too much, but they're saying enough, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
from where I'm sitting, I'm like,
yeah, no, they're definitely enabling this shit. They're definitely they've created this motherfucking monster right here, and I don't mean just by birth. They've created what the fuck is going on. They contributed to this shit right
oh
here.
yeah, the way they communicate like that,
It's
the dynamic is crazy.
weird.
backstabbing and trying to put himself above me at every opportunity.
Yeah.
Found
That's
out
because
a
he
while
couldn't
back
do it
that he was even stealing my possessions and selling them.
Like what?
Airsoft guns. I mean, my street board went missing. A lot of my Pokemon cards went missing. There's a one missing.
What are you talking about when you guys were?
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I think that airsoft thing is pretty cool, but I don't understand a lot of it because I don't know, man. I be thinking a lot of them dudes is weirdos like this dude, bro, respectfully.
Right.
Because it's like, why you don't want to go through the background check? You ain't got no felonies, you ain't got no shit. What are you hiding? You know what I mean? You feel like you're gonna be looked at so much that they'll find some shit that you're not trying to show. That's why you just stick with the bullshit. I'm just saying.
Right. No, I hear what that's definitely a different angle.
Yeah. I don't know.
Stealing your stuff and selling it?
Yep.
Because if I ain't had no felonies, man, fuck that airsoft shit.
Yeah, no.
I'm going straight to the clerk's office. What's up?
Heavy.
I'm here for my shit. Yeah.
Well, no surprise.
No,
I believe that.
he needed to support his lifestyle somehow, and did the same thing with his parents' crap too. So,
Yeah.
What else?
I know he peddled his dad's pills.
Yeah, he was a first-class citizen. We all know that, which is why he got kicked out of his house.
Yeah. And anyway, I'm going to call you back in 15 minutes if I can, because we got the 1 minute thing.
All right, later.
Yeah, they throwing the sarcasm.
Yeah, they're not it. They're contributing to all this shit, bro.
Right.
Hey,
This
Chris.
call takes
Hey, I'm
place
back.
6/1/24, 8:21 p.m.
Yay.
So, let's spent the last 15 minutes thinking about these yahoos.
They aren't worth the time.
What the fuck does that mean, bro? What is a
I'm
Yahoo?
assuming like he ain't getting along with somebody. Maybe the other guys in there, maybe the screws, maybe the COs,
What
the
does that
founder.
mean though? What does that word mean? Yahoo. What's a Yahoo?
Yo, I'm thinking he's thinking about a group of other people. Like, he got to deal with the so and so's, if you will,
I
the
don't know.
riffraff.
Well, I don't know what that means. I'm serious. I don't know what the hell is going on.
The peons, if you will.
What the fuck? I'm lost, bro.
Can't believe that.
Well, it's true.
Like the
That
bozos,
they
these
would
yahoos,
try to
these bozos, these chumps, like these
Oh, the
nobodies.
lames, the fucking okay.
Yeah,
do this.
All right, got it.
You know, these are the same ones that came to you for help and were always saying what a good friend you were, and you would keep all their secrets for them and stuff. But yet they don't have any secrets of yours. They'll make them up just so that they can make themselves sound big on YouTube.
Yep.
It's a sad situation when people are that desperate for attention.
Yep.
Oh, a Yahoo is a rude, noisy, or violent person. Oh shit.
Especially when Sir Lancelot was the one going to community college to learn how to be a computer programmer, and he's the only one who could have set up a network if there ever was one. So forget that. That's bullshit. You know, he did it if anybody did it.
Paid for information and decided he would make some stuff up and get paid on my account.
Yep.
Whoever paid him.
The fact that they're still talking to this motherfucker and they know what he did, man, they're sick fucking.
right,
man.
exactly.
They're just as bad, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Him ought to get a refund because he fleeced him.
They don't care. Do you know how much money they made off of it? To have all this purulent information on you, to have people click on. These people are vultures. They're worse than that.
Well, I'll tell you something, lady. We're about to have some more fucking clicks here. Everybody's gonna be
Yeah,
watching.
facts, man. I was just gonna say the same thing, man. For the people that do drink, play a drinking game in the chat. Every time they say YouTube, take a shot. We on the streets, man. Shout out to New Age Plug. This is the YouTube streets, and you about to be famous. Let's get it.
And shout out to phone calls from prison. You already
I
know.
was gonna say, and big salute to phone calls from prison, as always, respectfully.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't wait till you're dead to feed on you.
Well.
Anyway, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Keeping up as best as I can. Did a little bit of exercise today.
Good.
Push-ups, crunches, squats, leg lifts, whatever.
Whatever you can do.
Well, see if you can ask somebody about the book order and see, I don't know how long it takes to have these items.
I'll tell you right now, if he had some books, man, he'd be able to literally, not literally, figuratively escape from where he is right now. It wouldn't even feel like he's doing time. So I'm pretty sure they're holding on to those books because they know that he can mentally escape from
Able to get about his head for a minute, yeah.
Delivered, but I don't know. We haven't gotten any indications that they've been returned, so they're in the system. So I don't know how long it takes for you to get them.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any indication that they've been returned either. So still waiting to hear on that. But been praying a lot.
I hope you're begging for mercy, motherfucker.
Good.
Yeah.
He hears you. God hears your prayers.
We've been praying.
What about that little girl's prayers? What about what she was thinking? Huh? What about that?
Right. And you know what? While we're on the subject, let me just say this. They was really, they pulled some real grimy stuff earlier, whether it's true or not. They're bringing up the fact that the girl might have had autism. Let me tell you this. Maybe she was just fucked up in the head from being abused. You ever
Yeah.
think of that? Like, it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? They're trying to, man,
Well, I don't believe mental
what they're
health
doing
system
here is dirty, man.
to a lot of it, a lot, most of it, all of it. I don't even know. That's a paradox in itself.
Well,
But
he's like, oh, maybe she just had ADHD. Yo, irrelevant. Like,
yeah, no, they
she was
categorize everybody now. Every child that's shows signs of any kind of rebellious
right,
behavior,
right.
they're automatically
But
ADHD,
I don't want
autism,
to
this, that.
sound cliche, but I got the vibe of almost like they're blaming the victim or just spinning the narrative that this thing
Of
out. Yeah,
course, that's because they're enabling this dude, man. This dude
right.
did.
This
Look,
shit's ugly, my guy.
I got a live reaction to a live pet encounter or pet patrol or whatever it was. This dude, I think I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna say it again, Ronnie, because this shit is crazy, bro. This dude was living with his parents, right? He's fucking 30 something, whatever. He did time for sex trafficking before, right? So the Pet Patrol did a bait thing and caught him. He's the Pet Patrol saying that they're 13 little old girl, and this motherfucker is on it. Like he's trying to meet up with her. He's telling her this, that, and third.
Ugh,
And
right,
the dude shows up to the Pet Patrol showed up to the dude's house. He's telling the dude, "Yo, listen, this is what we got on you. You know, what do you have to say for yourself?" The mother comes out. The dude tells the mother, not the son, but the dude that came on the Pet Patrol, and the
right.
mother just shakes it off, like walks back in the house,
Uh,
like she's like, this is nothing new. When you're done,
yeah.
come back in and bring in the groceries, type
That's
shit.
crazy, bro. This is the sick world we live in. When this is when it makes me irate when they try to make something so seductive and sick and the worst thing in the world you could do. They try to make it not only acceptable but the norm. Like she was acting like it was normal. That shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
and this is something he was arrested for before. Now, whether he was going to use her for self gratification or he was going to take her and sell her for a come up, who the fuck knows? Because he
Right.
didn't get that far. But this is what he's known for. So he's known for sex trafficking. So he was talking to a 13-year-old girl for what? To traffic her?
Right.
Potentially, right?
Right.
The fuck out of here, bro.
For deliverance as well, but I don't know.
Well, Proverbs tells you how to live. Romans tells you how God forgives. So those are the two I would look at.
I've been praying to him too.
And the parents are basically telling her, "We know you did it."
Yeah. All you gotta
In
do
so
now
many
is dive
words,
into a Bible. Yeah, head
in so
first
many
into
words,
a
they've
Bible.
said to him a few times, "Yo, we know you fucking did it."
It
Deliver me
is
from
what
all
it
this.
is now. It is
Yeah.
what it is now. All you could do is dive head first into a Bible and hope God forgives. And I've been praying to He's listening. This that. It's like now they want to go that route. You see, this is a law though.
Give me a chance to get my life back on track, but there might be some kind of slim chance that I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx anything or get anybody's hopes up. But I'm going to try. Worth a try anyway.
Well, they need to get her out of the hospital where she can be interviewed by the police. They need to bring all her family in, all those bitches.
Whoa, what the fuck?
What? Yo, yeah. See, I wasn't gonna
Yo,
say it, bro. My
here's my
my my New York homie, dog. I wasn't listen. I wasn't even gonna say it.
but
But
she's
what
a
the
little
fuck?
bipolar, bro.
What is she talking about right here, man?
Yo, whoa, like she's bipolar, bro.
She went left and did a 360 at the same time. I had me confused as fuck.
Genetics, bro. Hereditary shit going on here. What the
And
fuck?
they're still feeding this fire.
This is entertaining to them. This is like retirement news.
They were sitting there at the grandmother's house calling 911 and being ugly to the 911 operators. They already knew what had happened. They all knew. And none of them were acting scared. None of them were acting concerned. They were talking like we're talking now. Like there wasn't really anything big going on.
Well, I wouldn't get so carried away with any conspiracy theories. I just,
You don't have to be a conspiracy theory to see the writing on the wall.
well, at any rate,
Yeah, I ain't get that
help
shit
me.
either, man.
Yeah. Never know who
So
wrote
don't
it
give
though.
up anything. Don't give up on anything.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm not. I'm holding
Yeah.
on to hope until there's nothing left to hold on to.
Well, when you get to the end of the rope, you tie a knot in it and still hang on.
You know,
Listen, rap
out
that
here, I was
never
praying
mind.
to God for strength and serenity, and He's given me that. Especially lately, I've noticed I've just been overcome by an overwhelming sense of calm and serenity.
Oh, good.
He's working on you. I pray for every day. I pray for him to put fences of protection around you. And here,
What about the
If
protection
that
of the little girl,
and
bro?
if that's truly sincere and he's coming to peace and coming to terms with what he really did, because that's just because he's getting ready to meet his maker.
Yo, all these dudes go to church, bro. All these weirdos that
Crazy.
did some
It's
sick
funny you
shit,
say
bro.
that.
They
Now
always
that
get
he's
into church,
caught up,
bro.
he's a Bible thumper. But what about before?
Bro, they always find God, bro. Whoever
Right.
it may be, man.
Whatever,
Whoever you call
whenever.
them, yeah,
Right.
it's always finding this. This shit is so
The
cliche, bro.
timing's always real convenient because, like, I bet he wasn't going to church before this. You know what I mean? I doubt it.
Yeah.
here you calling him.
I have been, and thank Him for granting me that serenity. You know, I've just been thinking about, how He works, how He uses hardship as a vehicle to move you.
Yep.
Human nature being what it is.
I was in the kitchen making sandwiches, and I started laughing in the kitchen because we were talking about all these people saying stuff, about networks being set up and videos and blackmail and an envelope full of cash. And I'm thinking, damn, they've been watching some movies, haven't they?
I know, I was thinking that too. It sounds like a bad spy movie.
I know.
If you go to the house to pay them off, why would you have bothered putting the cash in a manila envelope if you were going to be inside the house?
Who knows? But
So
then the other one is I went to a restaurant and slid it across the table to them.
I know. Like, what is that? Why not both payments at the house? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
Well, none of it makes sense, and I keep telling Chris, I said, why can't I just offer to go take a lie detector test and put all this to bed? But
And if you're going to bring a large wad of cash, why would you take it out of the bank envelope to put it into a big manila envelope just to take it inside to a house and hand it to somebody?
He's fishing. He don't believe the story. He really think that they fucking did. He might have did that shit.
Why would I give it to those wads of bubble gum anyway? They have the mental capacity of a 2-year-old.
He was a terrible liar anyway. He lied about big things. He lied about little things. He lied to women all the time. He lied just to, make himself seem cooler or maybe gain more acceptance. But he just lied. He was one of those people that lied for no reason. It's like, buddy, you don't have to lie. Like, we already lied to you. You're already our friend. There's no need to lie or build yourself up,
Because they're a habitual liar, and it's hard when you're a liar to keep the truth straight because you change it every time you tell somebody something.
I don't know. I just used to laugh it off and dismiss it.
Yo, they need to put him on the phone with the father for a minute because his bitch ass is sounding just like the fucking mother.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is the mommy issues that come into play. This is where a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
like
this
he
shit gets made.
mirrors her, bro. He even his tone of voice is just like the mother's.
Whatever. He was probably counting his money, walking away laughing, saying, "Thank you, Stephen."
Yeah, probably. Just these people they don't have a moral compass. They have no conscience. They have.
Well, this shit is so wild.
Here she goes, bro. They lost me a few times, my guy. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna sit up here and act smarter than I am, buddy. They fucking lost me a few times.
How do you come up here and even say this shit when? Come on, bro.
You know.
They have nothing redeeming about them. I'm sure God can find something, but he's going to have to dig.
Well,
And I don't think they're looking to him for anything anyway. So
they definitely didn't have any honor or integrity.
Listen, they're
It's one
digging
of the
so
reasons I
much
ended.
they're gonna fucking bury this scumbag. They're digging, they're turning every fucking rock, just like the father said. And they're gonna have so much fucking evidence of this creep doing all this devastating damage that he's gonna be fucking buried. So yeah, they're gonna dig. They're gonna fucking dig,
Cutting him
alright?
out of my life.
no,
Just took me too long to do it. You know, back to what I was saying, I was thinking about, how God uses hardship as a vehicle to move people.
right?
Human nature being what it is, even if we're not.
Not one time has he said I did not do this shit, bro.
Not one time did he say I feel bad for doing this shit
It wasn't
or I
me.
didn't do this shit right.
None of this shit, yo. I wasn't
Nor
there. It
did
wasn't me.
excuse my language. Nor did they, the parents at all. Nobody up here is rebuting or refusing or denying a motherfucking thing.
Yeah, this is sick shit, bro.
Where we're supposed to be in life, we'll stay there if we're comfortable enough. We
Yeah.
won't make any changes, and so God uses hardship as motivation and a vehicle to move us to where we need to be in life.
You know what he did with me and Dinky?
Yeah.
I remember standing in that.
Oh, he created this hardship. What the fuck is he talking about, bro?
Yo, we've been talking about this coddling all day, and now they're talking this Binky shit. We're going full circle.
The
YouTube
binky, the
streets.
binky, the binky.
Texture over his body, flipping God off and telling him how much I hated him. But that was the reason that I got saved,
What the fuck?
because I lost Binky.
Well, all this happened and, passed away, and that immediately brought me back to God. That was the first thing I did, was beg God to take me and spare her.
Whoa, whoa.
And
So everybody who loves somebody will do that. So
I haven't stopped praying.
no,
And I-
no. If you love somebody, you would rather take their pain than have them have it.
Yeah, I would have died for her. But, I've told God, I said, I see what you did. You immediately brought me back to you, and that I had strayed for a long time, and, message received. My eyes are open. I just wish it didn't have such a high price attached to it.
Whoa.
And it's just, I don't know.
Sometimes you have to look at why it was taken, and it was her time. God knows what's going to happen to you when you're born. He knows every moment of your life is coming. So,
Yeah, I know he has a plan, and every day I've been.
I'm sorry, Ronnie. I can't get jiggy with that shit, bro.
I hate you, bro. And if anybody's feeling bad for this dude, just take your right index finger, turn it around, poke yourself right in the fucking eye. Ronnie Blue Eyes, YouTube streets. Peace.